The next progression to coaching the triple jump is the approach run. There are three main reasons to have an approach run. One is to achieve optimal speed at the takeoff board. The second is to achieve a good posture or body shape for an effective takeoff. And the third is to have accuracy to make an effective distance count. A good posture is running with the head in natural alignment. As the foot pushes off, there should be a straight line which could be drawn or observed from the foot contact takeoff up through the backside, up through the spine to the head. And the initial contact should be made very close to underneath the centre of mass. To construct an approach run, we need a consistent start. The best way to do this is a standing start, possibly supergluing or pretending to superglue the takeoff foot to the ground. This means the first movement is with the recovery leg going in front of the planted leg. This will be exactly the same as when you take off at the board. This will give an even number of strides. The number of strides should be equated to the age of the athlete. This is normally so in the long jump, but possibly less 2 strides, or maybe 4 for a triple jump, due to the forces imparted at takeoff. The approach run should be started in a low position with good ground contacts imparting force with a uniform acceleration. Gradually the speed will increase. We will have increased stride length and increased stride frequency. At this stage, we don't want to put too much pressure on an athlete for accuracy. So we can use a larger takeoff area. This can be marked out with talcum powder or chalk or some sort of lining. This allows the athlete to resist looking down for a board, and we can concentrate on the technique of running and taking off. Normally on the triple jump runway, there are boards that's 9 meters, 11 meters and 13 meters from the pit. Sometimes there's also a 7-meter board or a line introduced. Never allow an athlete to attempt to jump into a pit from a board that they cannot make the pit. An athlete should not attempt to jump from a board that they can't jump at least 1 meter further than that board is from the pit. Horizontal jumpers should have good sprinting mechanics. The ideal way to start a run-up is in a low position, impart real energy-filled contacts into the ground and gradually build up that acceleration. Use the ground contact time. Build up that acceleration to the first part of the run-up, and the body should gradually rise in line with an increase of stride length and stride frequency. Once the athlete is running in the mid part of the run-up, we should be able to see straight lines from contact of toe at push-off up through the body, up through the spine, through the head in natural alignment. This is a very efficient way of running. The coaching observations to be aware of on these sprinting mechanics on the runway are head in natural alignment, a nice straight line down through the body, vigorous use of arms synchronized with the legs, foot contacts very close and underneath the center of mass to enable a good push. During the running action, the hands at the front should come up to about eye level, and at the back the elbows should come up to shoulder level. We should be looking for nice even strides as we move through the run-up. We should be looking for energetic movements and vigorous movements. There may be some spatial awareness required as we move in on towards the board, and we should be aware of any changing of stride length and stride frequency which could ruin the frequency of the running. As the run progresses, we'll be looking for hip extension, knee extension and ankle extension at push-off. This is very similar in weightlifting and normal jumping, and it's called a triple extension. We should be looking for the hip, knee and ankle to extend in that order, which is exactly the same way when you jump. As the athlete moves in towards the board, we are looking for sustained approach speed. That will then allow a nice effective takeoff, from which that speed can then be maintained and conserved over the subsequent contacts through the jump.